Imagine a candle burning on a nightstand, adding light to a dark room. That candle is you. And the flame, that's your stress. Many of us wish we had unfading patience for everyone and everything. But the truth is, we don't. Our patience is exactly like that wax and wick. Always fading, always melting away. Now the question is, how much can you take? How long can you bear the torturous heat of the flame? Our ancestors melted away under the heat of the blazing sun when they walked the earth, having to walk to and fro, carrying their loads on their back, savoring every drop of water they could access. They understood stress. The stress on their bodies when they walked the rocky roads while being flogged by the elements. The stress on their minds knowing that they still have another 5 hours of this torment. So then what happened? What did they do? Well, naturally, they did what we all do. Burn out. They mentally and physically burnt out. They had to come to the understanding that this will not work. The way that they have been doing things, the way that they have been carrying the weight, will not work. So then, what did they do? They created leverage. Leverage? Now what do you mean by that? I mean that they realized they couldn't continue to do things this way. So they created the wheel. The wheel is one of the most evergreen, revolutionary creations of leverage in history. The wheel still creates leverage for us in our modern times. But let's not just stop at the wheel. Our ancestors also realized that they needed more leverage for more stress. So they created the cart. The cart was able to handle a high amount of stress while not being crushed beneath the weight, allowing us to gain even more leverage. And again, the concept of the cart was revolutionary, providing value to us even now. But let's not stop at the cart either. Let's go all the way to the invention of the wagon, the bicycle, the first automobile, the first plane, and even the first electric car. All of these things are leverage. Our ancestors realized that they could not manpower nor willpower through it. So they made an external system that allowed them to not only be able to do it, but to do it quicker and more efficiently. That is what we call leverage. Now, remember that candle I was talking about? A candle is very limited to how much light it can give and how long it can give. Just like we are limited to how much we can do and how long we can do it. Now imagine this. What if, instead of a candle, you were a bonfire instead? Then you would be able to produce a lot more light for a much longer duration of time, wouldn't you? You would. Now let's say instead of a bonfire, you were a light bulb. Would you not be able to produce more light and for longer? You would. So it's obvious that it's not so much that it's too much stress on you, but it's that you're not carrying it correctly. You're not using any leverage. Anything would seem hard if the only thing keeping you strong was willpower. So then, imagine this. You are a hard-working student, doing everything in your power to turn in assignments on time, get exceptional grades, and have good standing with your instructors. You do very well for a while, withstanding the heat of the flame, as we all do. But as your wax melts and your wick gets shorter, you start sweltering away at the heat, and your light gets ever more dimmer and dimmer. And then finally, you burn out. None of it even matters to you anymore. Your mind slips into low power mode, and the only thing you can think about is not thinking. And the only moving you can do is putting the blanket over your head. And then you sit in your dark room with no candle to light it up, wondering, how did I get here? I was doing so good. I was turning in all the assignments. I was on top of everything. I had good standings with everybody. But how did I get here? You got there from a lack of leverage. You got there because you never considered, how can you go from a candle to a bonfire, or a bonfire to a light bulb? Have you ever taken the time to sit and think, what is the quickest, most efficient way I can study this? Not the way you were taught, the way that is the most efficient. Have you ever sat and thought, what is the most simplest way I can understand this? Not the way someone taught it to me, but the way that makes sense to me. Because you can't put something into action if you don't understand it. So right now, whatever your current situation is, tell me, what is your leverage? You don't know? That's fine. Go find the answer. I can't think for you. I can't give you all the answers, but why would you want me to? You are more than capable of finding the answer that works for you. It's yours to find. Whether you find it on the internet, find it talking to your father, grandfather, grandmother, co-worker, whether you go and search Reddit forums, search YouTube, wherever you decide to find wisdom, go and find it. Whether it costs all you have, find wisdom. Stop being a candle. Be a light bulb. Don't just sit on what I'm telling you and decide I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it later. If you do that, then you will only fantasize about this life that you could have. You'll sit in your bed late at night, 12 in the morning, looking at the ceiling, thinking about all the great things you'll do, all the amazing things you'll learn, how much easier and much more simpler your life would be. Hypothetical life is the easiest life, but a life of action is the most fulfilling.